Hey everybody, welcome back. It is Blitzkrieg time once again. Today in the spotlight, the Pro'sKit MT-2017N analog meter. The Pro'sKit MT-2017N came in via Amazon for about $40 Canadian, so it's definitely within the cheapo zone. So what do you get? Well, you get a box, first of all, a really nice Pro'sKit box. Wow, this is one verbose box. It tells you everything you need to know about this meter. Cat 2, 1000 volts. Cat 3, 500 volts. New mechanism design. What the heck does that mean anyway? Whoa. Take a deep breath, Darren. Getting a little bit excited. It's all the Blitzkrieg, you know. Also get a pretty decent little manual, the Pro'sKit MT-2017 manual. Nice and verbose. Comes in Chinese and English. Yeah, overall, you know, not too shabby. Actually have some pictures in here. You know, pictures worth 1,000 words. So, very, very cool. Nice. And as well, you get, now this, check this out. Check this out. If this does not make you want to sing, gold-plated tip leads. And they are ultra sharp. Oh, yeah, and they match the meter. I mean, I gotta love it. Well, it's pretty close. Is that... not 100%, but it's pretty darn close. So very nice. A little attention to detail there, and it's the little things, right? The little things that really make a big difference. These are Cat 2, 1000 volts. Wow. So, oh gosh, darn, those are sharp. First impressions 8, not too shabby. Pretty hefty. It's got some weight to it, and the quality, I mean, it feels nice. You know, it feels like they've definitely put some attention to detail here. You have these rubber grips, and the interesting thing with these is they actually come off. You can actually peel them off. I know you can, just like so. So yeah, so if you don't want them for whatever reason, you just want a plain Jane meter, you can, but you know, good idea to keep them on. So a little bit of added padding. As well, you get that really nice, oh yeah, tilt stand, standing bail, and it's a big wide sucker. Look at that. Oh yeah. Definitely can one-hand this puppy, no problems whatsoever. And as well, our battery cover over here. It's a little interesting the way they have it set up. We'll go through that in a second. But overall, I gotta say, nice, good quality. A really nice feature is that display. Wow, that is big and bold. And we have that nice mirror in the background as well, so we can get a proper reading on that needle. And oh, is that? Oh, it is. I'm sorry. Just bear with me.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Thanks.
Now, one thing that's important is we want to make sure that needle is always on that 0. So we're just going to take our screwdriver and just put it back. Oh, it looks almost, probably a little bit of an overshoot. When I was peeling off that plastic protector, there was some obvious static electricity going on, and it can easily mess up a meter like this. So before you do anything, make sure you calibrate it. There we are, on the 0, ready for action. Take a closer look at that rotary selector starting at the midnight or off position. AC volts up to 1000 volts. Resistance up to 20 mega ohm. Continuity. 9 volt and 1.5 volt battery test. Milliamps up to 250 milliamps. DC volts up to 1000 volts. Capacitance. At the top left we have our HFE and LED tester. And on the far right, we have our ohms adjust. In the middle, we have our needle adjust. Bottom of the meter, we have our common. On the far left, in the middle, we have our high current amps. And on the far right, we have our positive input for voltage, milliamps, and resistance. Rotary selector switch has a really nice tactile feel once again. Listen to that. Nice clack, clack, clickety click. Gets to the ranges with authority. No worry about getting stuck in between ranges. Excellent selector switch. So on the back of the meter, you have an additional pull-out, and now you could use that as a hanger if you just want to hang the meter, or you can use it also as a secondary stand. And yeah, so if you want to have it just perhaps tilted a slight amount, there you go. So kind of neat having that dual functionality. Awesome. One thing worth mentioning is those inputs. Normally we're going to see that high current on the far left and the common in the middle, but in this case it's reversed. So neutral common on the far left, high current in the middle. All right, DC accuracy, here we go. 5 volts is what we want. We're sitting on that 0 nicely with the needle. And there we go. What do we have? Well, we're in between the 4 and the 6, but yeah, we are definitely not on the 5. So we are short. Oh, that's too bad. just take that off and put it back on again. Yeah. So we're about oh boy, a couple counts off at least. Thought I'd go for a second opinion here, and it's a Vintage Brother analog, and you can see a little bit better here, almost at that 5 mark. So definitely a lot closer than the Pro'sKit. Next up, AC volts. 120 is what we want. And let's see what we have. We are short again, so it's coming up as around about 112 volts. So yeah, in the accuracy department and voltage, at least, yeah, not doing so well. Alrighty, let's try continuity. Call me impatient, but dang it, I want some performance here. Here we go. Stock default test leads. 3, 2, 1. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hang on. Hang on. Yeah, that says continuity. That's... Houston, we have a problem. Got it hooked up to the oscilloscope right now and the function generator. So you can see we're going to dole out about a 2 kilohertz sine wave. And let's see if that piezo is actually functional or not. Okay, I've got one of the probes hooked up to the reverse side of that piezo. Let's see if we're going to get any tone out of this speaker. Here we go. And yes, we are. So we know by doing this little test that indeed the piezo itself, the speaker, is fine. So, okay. Well, so much for easy fixes. One thing I've noticed looking at the board itself, a lot of flux, a lot of residue, a lot of crap on here. So you know what? Sometimes it's the simplest things, right? So right away you'll notice that that whole area of the PCB itself not looking so great. Look at that. Oh God, come on, Pro'sKit. Pretty nitty gritty. So I'm gonna get out some IP and cotton swabs, give it a clean up, and maybe, just maybe, that'll help. Alrighty, here we go. Get right in there, right into that area there where the piezo is soldered on the other side. And don't be shy with the IP. So I'm going to just keep doing what I'm doing here. Be right back. I'm flipping the PCB around again. And flipping that PCB over, look at that. Yeah, more nitty gritty on this side too. Oh, wow. So we're gonna go ahead and clean this stuff as well. And since I'm here, I'm gonna go ahead and just clean the tracks as well. Then I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of that dielectric on, my favorite dielectric. And we'll give this continuity another try. I'm using Permatex, but you can use pretty well any dielectric you want. And it doesn't take much, just a little blob like that. Who's your daddy? And we are good. Take the finger, just give it the once over. All right, let's put it back together. Okay, the moment of truth, here we go. Yes! Beauty. Awesome. Okay, so really simple fix once again. Yeah, so if you get a Pro'sKit 2017 and you have no continuity, and if your resistance is acting a little funky, take it apart, get some IP out, give it a good cleaning, and who's your daddy? Yeah, awesome. Let's try that ohms adjust now. Oh yeah, look at that, no worries here. So I'm just gonna get it right on the money, honey. Already got that fixed. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, that is loud, latched. What do you know? We have continuity, it works. Let's try the ProMasters. Honestly, I don't really see any difference than the default test probes. Still super loud and latched. Good stuff. .77 dBA maximum output volume in continuity. That's freaking loud. At 3.21 amps according to the power supply, and we are showing just a shy over the 3 amp range. I'm going to bring it down a tad. Let's bring it down to 2.5 amps. 2.5 amps, and yeah, that's not too shabby. Let's do 2 amps even. And hey, well, not so bad, not so bad. Take it down to 1 amp. And yeah, there we go. So, wow. And we'll do 300 milliamps. So, you know, in terms of the current, at least, a little bit better than the voltage. We're going to look at the null DCV. We're going to get a central zero, or a exact measurement on this battery. Now, I know for a fact this battery is 7 volts. So what we want to do first of all is, because it's a 9 volt battery, we're going to put it on the plus 25. And it is in the null DCV mode. And now, if it is not zeroed, we have to zero it manually. But you can see that 0 is right on the money. There we are. So yeah, pretty well spot on in the null DCV mode. Okay, now we're going to take our test leads and just see if we're going to get that 7 volts out of here. And yeah, look at that. Close, not 100%, about 6.8, 6.9, but definitely in the right direction. So that null DCV can come in really handy when you need some accuracy. And of course, we have that standard 1.5 and 9 volt battery testing feature. I know some people can't stand these things, but hey, you know what? It's there, so let's try it out. Here we go. A 9 volt battery. Once again, this one is 7 volts, and it's going to get a load put on it, as you can see. So let's just zoom out a little bit here and see where that brings us. So in the battery testing mode, you see over here we've got that good or bad rating. Probably going to end up in the bad, because we know for a fact that this battery is basically on its last legs. Here we go. And yeah, you can see we're in the red, under the bad. So we're getting a verbose outcome saying, throw it in the trash, you cheapskate. Alrighty. Hey, it's got an HFE tester on it as well. Let's give it a quick whirl, shall we? I've got a standard little transistor in there, and yeah, look at that. Excellent. So we know that transistor is good. Capacitance is next. Okay, here we are. Now we are on the times 1K, which is the capacitance setting. You can see we've got that microfarad symbol as well on the dial. Now this goes up to 2000 microfarad for an analog. That's pretty darn good, actually. I've got a 560 microfarad electrolytic cap here. And let's see what happens. So ideally what we want to see with this cap is that dial should come over here, right around the 500 or so microfarad range. So let's see what happens. Okay, here we go. And yeah, there we are. And now it is discharging, and you can see indeed, yeah, it is a good capacitor. Let's try one more. This is a 470 microfarad cap. And yeah, hey, that one is looking good. Now, when the needle's going down, it's actually charging again. I keep saying discharging, but it's actually in the process of charging. So, good stuff. As well, it also does LED testing here. You insert your positive and negative into the appropriate terminal, and your LED is going to illuminate. Quick look at resistance now. First thing I'm going to do is probably an ohms adjust. You can see we are definitely off. So we take our yellow dial here and just bring it like so. And I think we overshot the runway a tad. There we go. And resistance right now, we have that 100 ohm lab resistor. And let me just do a quick rail here on the leads. Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Okay, here we go. 100 ohm is what we want to see on the Pro'sKit. And no, not quite, not quite. So, in terms of accuracy, this thing is just not the best. Not the best at all. All right. Beside it, we've got an S-Star. This is a actually a Sanwa Chinese clone, but it's an interesting little meter, and believe it or not, it's pretty darn accurate. I'll put the probes in that S-star meter, and yeah, look at that, 100 ohm spot on. So go figure, the old Sanwa clone came to life. Now we're looking at 8.25 ohm, 1% precision resistor, and once again that S-star is pretty well spot on. We'll try the same thing with the Pro'sKit, and just not as good as again, not as good, close, but once again the Chinese clone is just kicking butt here, so too bad. Alrighty, thus far, I don't know, I'm just not feeling it with this Pro'sKit. A lot of ifs going on here, a lot of kind of shabby results, so let's take it apart again. Back to the unit, we have two disassemblies actually. One is for the 9-volt battery, that's with a Phillips, and here we have one of those neat little risers you just can move with a screwdriver, and pops off like so. As you can see, powered by one 9-volt as well as two AAA batteries. And look at that, we have two spare fuses. Spare fuses. Don't see that every day. Good stuff. And as well, we have easy access, because it's all about easy access, at least when it comes to fuses or other things. But no, here we are, and 500 milliamp, 10 amp, 5x20s, easy breezy, good stuff, Pro'sKit. And to take the top off, really simple, no screws actually, you've just got that little thumb clip here, and boom. Here we have the terminals for the battery. Pretty slim pickings other than that. All right, let's see what is down and dirty. So yeah, nothing to get overly excited about. We have a couple of glass 5x20 fuses, as I mentioned, and we have our current shunt, kind of an anemic looking current shunt, I gotta say, geez. As well, let's take a look at those jacks. Split variety, but you know what, the soldering is really decent, I gotta say. Also worth mentioning as well, I just saw it here, it's the VR1, so we have a trim pot for the voltage, but that seems to be the only trim pot on the PCB, unless I'm completely blind, but I'm not seeing anything else. Well, we do have a little bit of adjustability, which is always nice, and you know what, this meter can probably use it. Of course, here's the mechanism for the meter itself, and at least it's not paper. We got an actual hard-covered plastic top on that, so nice. And as well, you can see that brass-threaded insert for the 9-volt battery access. Okay, gonna flip it over, see what's on the other side. Well, you never know till you actually look, do you? But yeah, we do have a PTC and a MOV on the other side, so hey, good stuff. And here are the selector pads. This is what makes contact with the rotary selector tracks. And look at that, we have two different sizes, a smaller and a larger. Don't see that every day in the rotary selector switch. There is our potentiometer for the 0 ohms adjust as well. That's about it, that's all. Oh, of course, the speaker, Mr. Pizzo, and that's a loud one too. Yeah, excellent. Okay, gonna put it back together. Come back with my closing thoughts on the Pro'sKit MT-2017N. Oh, dang it. You know, it's one of these analog meters that I really wanted to love, but it's kind of nagging me because that just was not the most accurate out there. Now, we do have a trim pot, but it's not up to the end user to start calibrating his meter when he gets it, so I'm not going to go there today, but I will try it, and I'll leave a message on the website letting you know if it's improvement or not. Don't even get started on that continuity. Oh my god, what was that all about? Not really? So good on Pro'sKit's part. Oh, really? You got to have better Q&A than that. Who wants to start taking apart their meter and fixing it when it's brand new? They do pack a lot of punch in this meter, however, it does offer a lot of bang for the proverbial buck, and in terms of analog meters, it's definitely on the cheap side. Gotta love those green test leads, and man, those suckers are sharp. I must have stabbed myself a lot of times, and they're gold plated, which is always a really nice thing, but you know what, end of the day, it just didn't turn me on the way I was expecting. Not the leads, the meter. Still, all things considered, the Pro'sKit MT-2017N was problematic. Yeah, and you know what? Too many problems for a brand new analog meter out of the box. Just unacceptable at any price. The Pro'sKit MT-2017N gets a disappointing 2 out of 5 stars. Hey, thanks for watching this review, everybody. Don't forget, if you like analog meters, there's a lot of them out there to choose, and there's more coming on the channel, so stay tuned. I got some pretty cool ones. My beautiful wife is here, and she has a word. She'd like to say something to all the moms out there.
Happy Mother's Day to all our beloved mothers and grandmothers. We all cherish you. We all love you. To the whole world.
That's right. Happy Mother's Day, all the moms out there. And dads, make sure you take care of your moms.
Yes, for sure. Yes, Darren, you're right. And what? Keep on testing?
I'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
Hey, hope you're enjoying the Blitzkrieg. Having fun bringing it to you guys. Hey, till the next one, which is probably tomorrow, keep on testing.